Good morning, beautiful. I hope that you had a beautiful day yesterday. I hope that today's going to be an equally amazing day. It's your daily insight on life and love for March 25th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you might be catching it might be relevant. And if it's not, well, I can't help you there. You can always let it fall away, ask questions about booking a session. There's all the ways of contact, so check the description for email or social media for DMs. It's all welcome. We're kicking this off with Rider Waite, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the bell for notifications because sometimes I can be entertaining, I can be funny. Not trying to toot my own horn. Where am I? I don't even know. Anyway, we're kicking this off with Rider Waite. Again, if this doesn't resonate, don't force it. But look, just because you can doesn't mean you should, and doing so much is not going to prove you worthwhile. It's going to break your back. You don't need to do that. Look at what we're looking at here. I know the more you can do, the more you can get, the more. No, you're burning yourself out. You are literally making yourself sick in this situation. You are overburdened. You are overwhelmed. You are over it all. Time for you to drop kick this Murphy off of his pedestal. Look at that guy. What a jerk. I hate this guy. He's not going to be able to control you anymore. This devil on your back isn't going to get to stick around and enjoy the show of you. I see that you're going to start to pull back from the situation. You're going to start to shut down. You're going to start to prioritize on a higher level. And that's when it starts to get quiet in your world. But this is so necessary. I need you to understand that this is going to be a slow overcoming process for you. You have been so worked to the ground for so long in this, whether it's actually physically, mentally, or emotionally, that you need to take the time to recover. Life is giving you clear indicators that you need to calm down. You need to pace yourself. You're not going to get better until you learn to take a breath in this situation. So look, I see that this is going to be something where you do put some time into yourself, where you do actually start to rest, start to let yourself actually rest. It's not just taking time off. This is actually you and resting. I see that you are going to start to see the turnaround. It's going to show up in the little blips in this. It's going to be something that happens over time. You have to get your stride back. This has been something I don't feel like you've actually had it in your grasp for a while. But now it's going to take a while for you to actually see the results. It didn't take you a day to get here. Doing a dead sprint to try and get to that place mentally, emotionally, or physically is, I'm not laughing at you, but it's almost laughable because you're putting, again, so much pressure on yourself. But now it's in this case of, to be okay, you cannot rush a healing process in this one. So there's a lot of feminine energy. You are so quick to either forgive or to give other people the benefit of the doubt, to give them chance after chance after chance and stop holding them to such high rigorous standards that you would have for yourself. And God, don't even get me started. I know that some people live vicariously through their offspring and put that pressure on them. That's probably not what you're doing. I have a feeling that you're beating your own butt on this one. You got to get over this nervousness that if you're not a constant workhorse, then you are invaluable. Well, that you have no value. Invaluable, I think it actually means something really good. But you have value and you don't always have to work for it. You're basically making yourself sick in doing that. And I don't want to do that to you. And I also don't want to scare you with that because all of this is reversible. You don't have to be in this body set, mindset, or any of that. So what I'm seeing here, learn when to surrender to this. Learn when to say enough is enough and don't wait until your butt is in the hospital or something like that. We're going to look in the why behind why you feel like this is so necessary for you. Good God, my hair today. fresh new start, baby. Oh my God. Freedom is on its way to you. You have the keys to your freedom in this. Look, we have new grounds to lay plans on. I'm very happy about this, but still we have this yellow in here. This is working on our last nerves. I feel like you're on the fritz. Okay, let's see what the why. Why are you in this situation? Why does it feel like you can't help this? You can, but why are we here? How did it get to this place? I just want to shuffle one more time. Future faking. That actually came up yesterday too, but that was in a private read, so shush. All right, the Judgment is saying you don't have to rely on anyone else to concoct this future for you or give you an ideal about a future that's not going to happen. The Judgment is that God is giving this to you to do whatever you want with it. It's time for you to melt your heart on the feelings of failure from past hurts. I feel like this is something that has developed into almost a spiritual medical condition, if that makes sense. But let's see. Hugely out of an imbalance, but faking it until you making it. There's nothing for you to fake. This right here has been an illusion that has been high over your head for quite some time. This is what you have been all along, but now you get to actualize your power in this. When we have what seems to be, I don't know, it looks like a waxing moon. Whatever the case is, it's really about a lot of confessions that need to come up and a lot of truth that needs to be actually said. Sometimes it's not enough to know something. You need to actually put it out there. Put the words out there. These words are so powerful. So let's see what this is about. Tell me more about the why and why this was so pivotal for you. Authority figures, huh? Authority figures that you found to be lying to you, and there was nothing that you could do about it. Now, this could be a parent, it could be a teacher, it could actually be law-abiding, but catching them in their deception and having them be seen for the person that they are and having the confession come up, this, I think, took the cape off of your superhero. There's something about this person that you see as a complete superhero. And now you don't ever want to look at anyone like that again. It's like you have put yourself in magnified expectations. So not only are you getting the approval from the person who hurt you, it assures you that you will never be that person for anyone else. And that's a self-defeating purpose right there. It actually numbs you out to who you actually are. What this is only part of... I am sorry. We had a few dogs that were just arguing and yelling at each other, so I had to go see what the heck was up. All right, strength. It's power for you to not fight with whatever that energy was, that particular energy, that one that you saw as this grand old, I suppose, gesture of a person. You don't need to fight against that. The point is for you to know and understand what and who you are in this scenario. And it's giving you an opportunity to break away from this old image that you have of yourself. That's where you actually come into, I think, completion. Because it's not about you fighting and denying your sense of darkness in this because of somebody else's letdown or how you have to constantly prove yourself to be a lighter person in whatever energetic way, shape, or form. It's understanding what you are capable of and learning how to dance with it and not letting it become you. It's not denying these aspects of yourself. It's embracing them, using them to your advantage. So this is, again, where your world is going to get a lot more quiet, yet cheerful, because we have the Four of Wands here. There is, We have a new commitment. No, not commitment. I feel like it's more of a religious and spiritual awakening that's going on with you. I think that it's really important that you connect yourself to whatever your divine source is, because this has been something where I feel like it's been quieted with you for quite some time, feeling almost a sense of foolishness, which you have no reason to feel foolish in this scenario. It's allowing the co-creation between you and spirit, since you have taken on so many burdens in this lifetime, that you connecting with source and spirit and having faith in source and spirit is going to be what fills your cup, and you see divine inspiration. And then we have success, independence, and we have getting rid of whatever these nerves are that are inside of you that have held you back in a lot of these scenarios. There's so much growth that is happening to you on a spiritual level that it does feel like you have shed some form of old identity. I really genuinely feel like you have gotten rid of this old anchor of yours. So what's the advice for you to surrender to this so you can get through it as slow as possible and as painlessly as possible? Because no matter what, this is going to have a level of discomfort, because any change means that you have to get out of your comfort zone. That's where all the change happens, for God's sakes. Okay, come on, Spirit, out with it. All right. It's not going to be like a light switch for you. You will need help, and I do see that you will need some sort of, it feels like we can just simply say soul tribe. Now, some of you are introverts, I myself included. I'm actually one of the more social introverts, if that makes sense. It's true, it's a thing, look it up. All right, you have to learn when to say something is not genuinely a priority for you. That's going to taste very bitter on the tongue, getting those words out of your mouth. It's essential for you. All right, you have to really practice saying when enough is enough, and you are going to feel so guilty putting this out at first because you feel like you're letting people down. No, it's just you're not enabling everybody anymore. It's a process. And that's why you're going to need the support. And I see the people stepping up in the support. There's a lot of knowledge that's coming through in this one, and why you felt like you had to be this massive shapeshifter for all of them. So we have the Moon, Page of Pentacles, and then the Nine of Wands in reverse, King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and then Strength is making another appearance. You might have to really allow for an emotional break between you and whoever you have idolized for so long. Side note, that's actually something I'm very weary of. Who is idolizing what, and is it like a godlike mentality? I don't know, something has always tripped me up about that. But anyway, I digress. Back to the reading. Okay. You have got to take away that title that you've given them in your life. The advice for that is don't see them as mom, dad, boss, whoever, your best friend even. Take away the title that you have granted them. Call them by their name and see them for the flawed human that they are. This is going to involve a lot of forgiveness, because when you idolize someone or something, it seems flawless. It seems like their word is gold, and that's not the case. They are human and very flawed. Myself and yourself included. It's so interesting because we look up to them. You know what I'm saying? All right. Somebody is going to have to be the guns in this for you. You need to allow yourself to just rest. You've been strong for so long. That's the emotional break. Okay. So, one more second. The Empress, creativity, birthing a new chapter, phase of your life. The choice is yours. Once you're free from this, you can really go anywhere. That's also where the feeling of being afraid is, because you're worried about just jumping into something else. Freedom means that you can jump anywhere. You're not hopeless and you're not unstable. You are holding yourself back because you don't trust yourself. Give your time to learn to develop trust with yourself again. This person that you have put on a pedestal for so long does not have control over you. And I think that that's going to be the biggest stress reliever for you. All of this control, this feeling of flawlessness, is all in your mind. I see that once you start holding back from them and giving them room to wiggle and grow and really show themselves, you're going to start to scale them down and see them in a different light. And this is where your stress comes out. Getting pulled to the messages from your spirit guides. So just think of a loved one who's crossed over. This is the message that they want to give you. And if nobody's showing up, that's fine. This is going to be a message from your main guide. So I have 2 cards here in front of me. So sit tight and we'll see what happens. Now is one of the times where you're being asked to add some distance. Oh my God. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it'll take to regroup. Just know that it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down and look at how far you have come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you take a step back into the role of the observer, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know that you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say that now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now and you'll be glad that you did. We love you. And then they also wanted to tell you this. There are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes loss is sudden and painful, like a loved one who is crossing over into our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart be broken wide open and feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was and the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what is past, even more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before, and love heals all. We are loving you and sending you love always and forever. Love, Spirit. Tell me those aren't perfect for this reading. Go on. Oh, wait, you can't, because, oh my God, these things never happen by accident. It is always something. I love it. So if you follow this path and you follow the advice and you listen to Spirit and you understand what this is, the potential outcome for this scenario is you getting into the Emperor seat and, let's see, a lot of authoritative masculine energy. So feels like you're in charge and you are the decision maker, which is going to come with its own stress, and you're going to have self-doubts, but you're going to push through it because you know that even in your flawed human nature, you are not going to be abandoned. And then it's going to involve you letting go of some people in your life and moving on from the past, and that this is going to be what you surrender to. It's going to be a long, drawn-out process, but we also have the King of Pentacles energy, meaning that you are focused, you are in the driver's seat, and that you are very balanced in making these decisions. You are working with really grounded energy. And let's see, you know that this doesn't end at midnight, so let's squash that bad boy right now. Final card, Spirit. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords, and it's time to take people off the pedestal, and it's time for you to act fast, because if this is something that you continue, this is going to be something that continuously eats away at you. Speak your voice, learn your voice, put it out there. You have one. Use it. Even if you don't actually have a physical voice, use your abilities, whether it's sign language, smoke signals. You have some way to control this. You have ways to communicate. Use it. So I sincerely hope that this made sense. And if you have questions about booking your own session, because your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense, go ahead and reach out either on social platforms or in the email address provided in the description. I really look forward to speaking with you all, and I'll talk to you very soon. Go rock this day and make it yours. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. Look, just because somebody is outside the box, they're unique, they're quirky, it doesn't mean that you should ignore your gut feeling about them. It's not you being paranoid. And also, I will say this again until I'm blue in the face. If somebody has to tell you it's not a cult, that they don't have ulterior motives, it's probably a cult. And it's probably some sort of very deep-seated ulterior motives. Look, I know that they are giving this vision of doing world-kind amazements. It doesn't mean that they are being genuine. Follow your gut on this. Whoever this is in your life, stop denouncing yourself in this because they are shining so bright. Whatever is hidden is going to come to the surface, and you'll be glad that you actually learned to listen to yourself. You're not stupid, and neither is your intuition. I hope that that made sense. Stay safe, have fun. Well, when you realize that you need absolutely nothing on the planet, yeah, you're absolutely free. However, you can expect some form of an open, huge channel of abundance. Now, this can be financial, it can be opportunistic, but I want you to lunge on it. You have a really solid substance that's going on right here, and you don't have to play this particularly humble. Humility will get you far in life, but you want to know what? Embracing your greatness is going to get you far in its own way. So look, you have surrendered so much of yourself in this life. You have given into your path, into your connections. You have surrendered to whatever it is that makes you you. Now this is making you the chameleon, and this is what is setting you free and making you an open, pure channel. I hope that that made sense. Stay safe, have fun. Who is freaking out in your world? Is this you? Are you telling people that you are going to be the person who wrecks the situation, who calls it out? I mean, it's great if it's actually for a good purpose. However, this feels incredibly intense and scary in your personal world, where whoever this is involving is coming off as unstable. Look, we have this person who's lashing out, who's taking away other people's power, other people's control. It's like they are kind of holding their own situation hostage. That's terrifying because they do seem emotionally unstable. They do seem like they are kind of lost in the head at the moment. I hope that this isn't you. I don't think that it is you. However, I need to have you be completely self-aware. What is making this person react? Why? What trauma is this bringing forward? Once you actually hold it accountable, it'll be able to dissolve. So I hope that that made sense. Breathe. Breathe. Speak softly and carry a big stick does not go here. You have every reason to hold back your reaction. Wait for more information, wait for more of an outcome to come to fruition before you give your response. This will make sure that you keep a level head. It'll ensure that you are in more control of the situation, and this is actually going to put you more in a power play. But the power play is weirdly around compassion, nurturing, and loving. It'll put you in a higher regard, higher responsibility in the situation. I know, because I know that you want to completely lose it, retaliate, respond, show everybody that you got a pair on this one. You don't need to do that just yet. Wait a minute. You'll have your opportunity to respond. I hope that that made sense. I really hope that that made sense. Reaction and response are two very different things.